everybody, welcome to episode 11 of Mind Matters. Today we're going to be talking about grief. I'm Addison.
I'm Micaiah. The current Google definition of grief is deep sorrow, especially that's caused by someone's death.
It's hard to talk about grief without bringing up the 5 stages of it. The first stage is denial, which is the action of declaring something to be untrue.
Anger, which is an emotion characterized by antagonism towards someone or something you feel has deliberately done you wrong.
Bargaining is being prepared for something, or maybe just to expect something's going to happen to you or something.
Depression, a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest which stops one from their everyday activities.
And acceptance, accepting someone or something.
Some facts about grief are grief is about loss, not death alone. Some facts about grief is about loss, not death alone.
One loss usually triggers a whole lot more.
Grief doesn't come in neat consecutive stages.
Grief is unpredictable. Causes of grief are passing of human life,
Death of relationship or divorce,
loss of health and function,
loss of independence.
loss of a pet.
How to help someone with grief is encourage the person to take their time going through the grief process, support them, and try not to rush the recovery process.
Explain to the person that because this is a time of instability and high emotions, it is not a time to make major life decisions.
Help the person to understand that they will have good and bad days.
Encourage them to get a counselor or therapist, to have someone to talk to about their feelings with. Okay, so Micaiah, do you know anybody who struggles with grief?
I used to grieve over past relationships, but then after a while, I ended up finding somebody new and somebody that treats me so much better. And it just reminded me to always stay positive about grief and just know that it'll always get better.
Yes, because it does always get better, and you do get through it, and it'll probably still hurt. There's probably still times where you're like, dang, I miss this person, but it might not be as much. It just really depends on what it is. And sometimes you're like, oh no, you completely forget about the person.
Yes.
But it really just depends on the situation. So if you are struggling with grief, just know that it will get better. We personally, I don't have anybody really close to me who's passed away, luckily, thank God. There is a few people who I do miss that I don't see that much anymore. And just know that after a little while, it's still going to hurt. No, it will still hurt. It'll still hurt, and you'll still miss them and everything. But just know over time that it will get easier. And you, if it's somebody who just, left, then you will get over it, and you will find somebody better, because it's possible. It's so possible to find somebody better, trust me. And sometimes you deserve that. Sometimes you deserve somebody better. Sometimes it just happens, So I hope you all know that life gets better. And if you do need somebody to talk to, just make sure you DM us, or you can get a therapist, because that is one of the best things to have. That's the best option if you're dealing with grief, because you can physically talk to them and they know what they're talking about. They know for sure what they're talking about. So I would highly recommend that if you're realizing that grief is taking a full toll on you. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.